Hi there, it's Victoria, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a quick page post ad that will still go in the newsfeed but without using the Power Editor. So this is a simple way to get started, perhaps if you're new to Facebook ads. It's a lot more straightforward than going into the Power Editor. The only thing with this is that you can't add a call to action button on your ad, but it still gives you a nice ad that shows up in the newsfeed of your targeted prospects. So let's dive in. Now, Deb has a lead pages strategy session invitation. Ordinarily, I would suggest that you add a free opt-in and then this strategy session invitation pops up after they've opted in for something. But we're just going to try with quite a targeted audience and see if we can get some strategy session applications, which you see down the end here. They click to apply just from add straight to an invitation letter like this. So let's see how we go. So in order to get started, we want to make sure that we're doing a page post ad off Deb's page. So we go to her Facebook page here, and I've already started drafting a post here. Now, the whole premise of this strategy session is based on women who are in a relationship and wondering if they want to stay in the relationship, okay? So that's a very specific pain point. So we want to highlight that. You want to firstly make sure that there's continuity between the copy in your post and the landing page. So you'll see here that, I've got in the headline, is he too good to leave and too bad to stay? Are you still wondering if this is really the right relationship for you? Sorry, I'm a tongue twister there. So what I'm doing is going to keep that header happening just on here as well. So I want to make sure there's continuity there. So when they're reading it, is he too good to leave and too bad to stay? Are you wondering if this is really the right relationship for you? That's going to have the consistency when they land here. The other thing is we're going to be using an image of Deb, which they're going to see on the landing page too. So once people move through the sequence of the Facebook ad, they start to feel a lot more, there's a lot more trust there, and they know what to expect, which means that generally they continue to read on or stay with your sales flow. Now we want to make sure, so we're posing a question with an attention-grabbing line, and then we want to add the call to action with a link in here. So the call to action is actually, I've got something special for you here. I just use the arrow symbol here to highlight the link. Now I want to use a shortened link in here because lead pages link, for example here, this can be quite long and clunky. So I can easily just pop that in bit.ly, paste the link in here, and then I get a special bit.ly link here that I can copy that's a lot neater to use in my ad. So then I just paste that like so. I'm leaving some gaps, some white space here just to make it easier to read. But you can condense it if you like. I'm adding another line after that first link just to explain the situation a little bit more. We always want the first link to be further up in the post so that if people just skim or they just see the top in their newsfeed, there's a link straight there for them to use or to click on. But you may want to, have something more for people who are happy to keep reading. So here, there's another what would you call it? Another thing that supports them clicking the link. So I'm going to give them another lead in to the link, which is if you're struggling with this dilemma, I've got something that might shine a light on your situation. So if they've been reading, it's like, okay, great. It's pretty irresistible not to click on that offer. Excuse me. So I've now added a photo. Now, once again, I keep talking about using images of yourself. If you're a coach and consultant and you're your main personal brand, it's great to use an image of yourself if you can. So this one, we've got a headshot of Deb, and we use there's a couple of different image sizes for mobile ads and desktop ads. So that's ads that show up in people's mobiles or ads that show up on desktop. Now, for a page post ad, they are 470 by 394 for this type of image. But the newsfeed link ads are actually 470 by 246. I do have those image sizes listed in the resources section of the members area. They do change from time to time, so just keep up to date with those. But at the moment, if you're going to run a newsfeed ad, then just play it safe and just go 470 by 246. That's 470 wide by 246 high. So now I'm going to post this on the page because I'm going to get ready to create an ad from it. Now, if you wanted to do a super simple ad and you didn't even have time to go into your ads manager, you have the opportunity to just click on Boost Post. I don't recommend these, but sometimes for a quick and easy, if you haven't got a lot of people that you want to target or you're not using custom audiences or any of those features, this can be a really quick way to sort of get an ad up. But just make sure that if you use this, you choose audience, people you choose through targeting. Make sure you choose the countries, age, gender, and precise interests here. And then you can choose your budget. And Facebook will give you an idea of how many people that will reach. So you can do that for a super simple setup of an ad. But I do like to use the more robust ads manager opportunity. But if you've only got, as I said, you're not using custom audiences, you've only got a few targets, then, and you want to get started, then you can definitely use the Boost Post feature if you want to. I'm not going to in this instance because I'm going to show you how to create it from the ads manager. So in order to do that, we head up here to the top pull down, and I want to create an ad. Now, I would have already set up my Facebook ads account. Now, on here, I'm just hoping that it's going to choose the right page because I have so many pages, but I'm pretty sure because I was on Deb's page, it should link up to it. So I'm going to select, if I've done a page post, I'm going to select page post engagement. Then I'm going to select Deb's page. Now, you might only have your page there, so that should come up pretty easily. Now, what underneath here it does is gives me a selection of page posts to choose to advertise. So in this instance, I've just popped it here so I can click that one that we just uploaded. Then I click continue. Now you'll see what the post looks like. So you see how I got the link up above the fold because this is how it's going to show up in people's desktop news feeds. They're going to see that initial call to action, and then they're going to see, the initial attention-grabbing headline, I should say, and then they're going to see the call to action with a link there. This is what it looks like in a desktop newsfeed. So when people are on their computers and laptops, desktop computers, and they look in their newsfeed on Facebook, this is what it's going to look like as they scroll through. It'll have a little sponsored button at the bottom, a sponsored label at the bottom. On their mobile phones, it's going to look like this. So just check that your ad image works well in both there. Now this one isn't so great because it's going to cut off on mobile. So what I might do there is I might just go back afterwards and just take that space out so that it pops up again. Or I could remove just mobile phones because people are going to read it, and if they don't click through, they're not going to see the link. So I don't want that to happen. Let's see what it looks like on a right-hand side. This cuts off too much of the text, so we don't want to show it on the right-hand side. So we'll leave it at that. These advanced options allow you to actually set up conversion tracking within your Facebook ads. So with that, I could, if I wanted to, set up create a pixel here for my Facebook advertising. Now, I can't actually create it in here. I have to create that elsewhere, so I'm not going to do that right now. But if you've got one set up, you can choose it there. I will be covering that in other videos. Now, when we come down here, I'm going to select the targeting. So I'm going to select the main English-speaking kind of countries that Facebook ads generally do well in. So let's give that a go. United Kingdom and New Zealand. Okay. Now this is for a more mature market. they've been in a relationship for some time, probably choosing from 35 plus, and they're women only. We don't need to enter anything in there for languages. You can choose other options, relationships. So I might, with something like this, I might want to choose that they're in a relationship already, keeping in mind that not everyone lists that they're in a relationship. So I might put here married, and engaged is probably good as well. So then I'm going to be hitting, I'll probably include unspecified, everybody except people who've said single, just to make sure that we're getting in front of the right audience there. You can also choose their employers, education, whether they're parents, the political persuasion in the US, and certain life events like having a baby or getting engaged and things like that. So they're quite some great options up your sleeve there. The interests are more broad category or precise type of interests, so pages that people would like. So one of the opportunities I could have here is to go to Deb's. Let me just get rid of those. Go to Deb's Facebook page, and I'll show you a targeting way here that you can be using. Sorry, not her actual website, her Facebook page. And if I go to pages, I'm going to, because her page name is Deb Lang, but I'm going to say pages, people who like Deb Lang like. I'm going to find out the other pages that people who like Deb's page already like, and see if there's some targeting that I can use from there. So now these will be influenced by, your friends will come up first, the ones that your friends like first. There might be some bigger opportunities here for me to tap into. Things like Gabby Bernstein, Leonie Dawson would be quite good. Let me have another look here. Some of these aren't that great. Marianne Williamson would probably be good. That one is quite big, but that could be a good option. Alexis Neely could be good. Work of Byron Katie could be very good. And Louise Hay, Brené Brown. They're quite big, so when I put them in, let's have a look at how many people it's going to come up with in the audience on the side here. So if we have a look, Brené Brown, the women who are looking to sort of expand their horizon or their emotional development. So Brené Brown comes up, and 176,000 people that reaches. So that's quite a lot. Marianne Williamson I know is quite big as well. So let's have a look. These are kind of self-help relationship advisors, or more self-help, I guess, advisors that people may be turning to if they're not sure about their relationships, or they just want to lead a more evolved life. So we've got to make sure that we don't make it too big. And at the moment, 740,000 people isn't too bad. So I'm okay with that. Debbie Ford does talk a lot about relationships, so we could maybe put her in there as well. You see, Facebook will suggest some ideas. Byron Katie was the other one I wanted to make sure that we included. And now we start to get a few more. Hay House publishes a lot of self-development books, and Conversations with God is another good self-help book that people might be interested in. We could even go towards books like Eat, Pray, Love. It might start to get a little bit broad. So I'd like to keep it at, under 1 million people. 500 to 1 million is a good level there if we can. Now, I'm not going to add any behaviors here. Connections. If I wanted to just send it out, this would be a good one. If you are sending straight to a strategy session, you might want to just target people who are connected to your Facebook page first, and to do that you do only people connected to your Facebook page here. But if I do that for Deb, it goes too low. So I'm not going to. I'm going to include everybody. And now I'm just going to set up my ad set. I'm going to call it strategy session here. And then I'm going to add a budget of $30 a day just to get started. I'm going to run it continuously there. And I'm going to make sure I bid for clicks here. Okay, so they're saying optimizing for the objective works better. Sometimes it does, but I like to just know that I'm not going to be paying more than a certain amount for a click. So manually set that. That's going to give me a suggested amount there. Normally, as long as this is under 99 cents, then that's fine. So check back on it if you're not getting impressions, but other than that, that should be all right. So we want to review the order. Yep, that's fine. So place that. And you want to make sure that once it's in there, that it's you just click continue, that it's all set up and working correctly. So you always want to test. If you're going to be paying, you can go back in. It will show you in your campaign manager here. So we want to click on there. It shows me the ad. Yes, that's right. So when I want to, I'm going to view in the news feed, and I'm going to make sure that if people see this, they click on the link and all the links work and the application process works. Otherwise, it's not much point in doing it. So click here to apply, and we want to make sure, I'm just going to put my name there and test it so Deb knows it's working. Here we go. Test. Might not let me do that. Hopefully it will. I'm just going to submit, make sure it's all working. Okay, great. So that should work, and that looks great. I might also then just go back, and if I want to, so if you've made a mistake in the post or you want to edit something, then generally you can go back in here. There's a little trick. Whoops, not there. Just go back in. It's just a moment. My page is now deciding to be a little bit slow. Right, now it's going to be a little bit painful and not let me go down there. See if this will work. Okay, great. There's a bit of a glitch there. So we can just click on the little arrow at the top here. I think because the screen flow's running, it's just slowing everything down here. There is a little button here, drop down menu, and there'll be edit post, and you'll be able to go in, and I will just take that gap out so that we can have the mobile ads running there. It's just deciding it's not going to want to work right now, but you get the idea. So that is how you set up just a general page post ad. If you're not quite ready to dip your toe in the water going into the Power Editor, the things to know here are that you want to have your landing page, you want to shorten the URL, you want to come in here and write a post with 1, an attention grabbing headline, 2, a call to action and the shortened link, and then 3, add your image here. Then you can go into create an ad on the right hand side here and go from there and go to page post engagement. And then you can have a simple ad up and running out to your strategy session, or to, Deb's just emailed me, said the test works, so that's good, or to one of your other lead pages landing page. So I hope that works well for you. See you in the next video.